Step 5 in our project development process says, run the program. At this point, you should correctly draw a single square. Let's do that first. Make sure. Always a good idea, to just work in really tiny steps and keep running the program, making sure that it's doing what you're expecting it to do. So we have a square. We're happy. So we're still working through our. So we've got our initialized vertices kind of doing what we want, and our draw triangle. But we don't want to call it draw triangle anymore. It says use the refactor menu to rename the draw triangle method to draw square, and rename the CV triangles class to CV square spiral. Okay, let's do that. So let's see. Here is draw triangle. So I'm just going to highlight draw triangle and go up to the refactor menu and say rename. And I'm going to name it draw square. And click refactor. And there it goes. And like I said, there's a oops, that's not what I meant. There's a similar thing in Eclipse. You highlight and you go to the refactor menu and say rename. So it's all this stuff's very similar. But if you're working in Eclipse and having problems, let me know, and I'll maybe add some Eclipse video. But okay, so that's draw square, and then the other one we wanted to do was change the CV triangles class to CV square spiral. So let's do that. I'm gonna just copy. Oops, can I? No, maybe I'll just type it in. Okay, so we want to rename CV triangles. Just do the same thing from here, actually. Do that. Rename. And we'll call it CV square spiral. And say refactor. And notice it also changes the file name, because your class in Java, there's one public class per file, and the file name has to be the same name as that public class. So what else? Run the program again. Make sure you haven't broken anything. So like I said, you always want to do that. So let's try again. Run file. Yep, still makes a square. So basically we just did some renaming. And actually, you know what is a good idea too at this point is go ahead and fix up the comments. This is one of the drawbacks of comments is that you're not forced to change the comments when you change the code. So it's something that it's one of the reasons you want to keep your comments to a minimum. But what comments you do have, you really need to keep on top of. And we changed initial vertices too, right? So it sets the vertices. Copy this over here. Comma. And x, d, y, d for the first biggest square to be drawn, right? Okay, so yeah, and then we'll worry about fixing up these other ones as we get to them. But I'm gonna go ahead and run. Even though I only changed comments, it's just a good habit to just whenever you do changes, just make sure everything works. So it looks like we're good for. Is that everything? Yeah, run the program again. Yep. So we looks like we got everything for step 5, and we're ready to move on to step 6.